Welcome back. Well, in a significant development in the Twisha Sharma death case, a Bhopal court today remanded Twisha's husband Samarth Singh and her mother-in-law, retired Judge Giribala Singh, to 5-day CBI custody till the 2nd of June. Both were produced in court after medical examination as the central agency intensified its probe. The CBI, which took over the investigation following Supreme Court and state government directions, is now questioning the accused on allegations of dowry harassment, mental cruelty, evidence tampering, and suspicious circumstances around the 33-year-old model's death just 5 months after her marriage. Twisha was found dead at a matrimonial home in Bhopal's Katara Hills on the 12th of May. Investigators have carried out crime scene recreations, forensic analysis, and are mapping her final hours through call records, CCTV, and witness statements. The post-mortem reportedly revealed multiple anti-mortem injuries, strengthening doubts over the initial suicide theory, and allegations of evidence destruction by the family are also under scrutiny. Twisha's family continues to allege foul play and dowry demands, while the accused have denied the charges. The question that remains, will CBI prove Twisha Sharma's death was not suicide? We'll talk about this with our guest. Joining us on the show is Adish Agarwala, senior advocate of the Supreme Court. Taira Hassan, women's rights activist, is also with us on the program. Taira ji, I'll begin with you. Ma'am, what is your preliminary, feeler in terms of Samarth and Giribala Singh, and the outlook of the cooperation that they're likely to provide towards the CBI? First of all, I also feel when they appeared before the media, when the investigation was going on, and when they spoke about what happened, and they characterized Twisha as well, they self-incriminated themselves as well.
Well, I think it's a very good step that Bhopal High Court and ordered given a 5-day custody, CBI custody to the Giribala ji or this Samarth. I think it's very important for the integration, face to face, because Giribala was just hiding everything and trying to protect her son. At the same time, that time she was targeting the character of her dead daughter-in-law, and constantly she was protecting her. Question is here also, this question is very important and serious question. If Samarth was innocent, he was not involved, then why he was hiding? Why he was not cooperating with the police? And second thing is this, that why the belt that was used for the suicide, why that was not produced to the police? Because that was very important. For the fingerprints were there, and the DNA, and the stretching of the belt, these things must be taken account. They should be taken in account. So there is tampering of the evidences also. When the evidences are tampered, and these tampered evidences were produced in court, the Honorable Court always gives the judgment on the evidences. So what happens? These kind of people get away after committing heinous crime. They use muscle, and if they are powerful, then they easily get away. So I think the investigation must be proper, scientific, and forensic, and properly all evidences must be collected. Then only we can talk for the justice of Twisha.
All right, Mr. Adish Agarwala, what are the options before the defendants now that the CBI has taken over? There have been reports, like exhaustive reports of how they tried to, in fact, call several people the day this poor girl died on the 12th of May. What is the angle that the CBI is likely to take for an impartial probe?
See, CBI now wants the accused in their custody. They will get every information from the accused person, and if she will be not cooperating within these 5 days, then CBI is having the authority to take further extension of the police remand, because in such type of cases maximum 15 days remand is permissible under the Indian law. So it is 5 days now, and further they can take up to total 15 days. So I am sure that both these accused persons, they will brought, they will tell the truth, and the police will be able to get all information, and on the basis of this, they will be filing the challan, and ultimately there will be fast track court which will be dealing such type of cases when so much press is observing, social spirited people are observing. Madam Tahira Hassan is also taking interest to ensure that cults are brought to books.
All right, some more breaking news coming in at this point in time. Advocate Anurag Srivastav, representing the family of Twisha Sharma on Friday, stated that the defense did not oppose the CBI's remand request because their anticipatory bail had been previously rejected due to the serious nature of the case. He said they did not oppose any of these points because their anticipatory bail had been rejected precisely on the grounds that the nature of the case was such that bail could not be granted. Detailed arguments were presented before the High Court asserting that Giribala's custody was essential for the investigation. Right, and now Giribala is in custody. And Tahira ji, what do you have to say about this fact that despite the seriousness of this crime and despite the taboo and the stigma attached to dowry in our country, there are people who still have the audacity to go about and do this, and there are people who in fact can still arm twist the law and come out of it unscathed.
Yes, mostly, the first thing I would like to say that Giribala, she is the source legal expert. She is ex-judge, retired judge. So then too she was doing like that. She know the legal aspect and all the things that the Dowry Act is there, and demanding dowry is a crime in Indian law, and she was not following the law, She is authority of the law, but she was not following the law. Legal expert, being a legal expert, she was not following the law. She was demanding the dowry. But one thing I want to say, the parents of the girls, that people who ask dowry and keep asking dowry like a beggar, they keep asking, please ask your daughter to walk away of this marriage. Don't stay in this marriage, because don't expect that they will be better person anytime, no matter how much dowry you are going to give to them. So don't do this. Whenever you get the distress calls from your daughter, ask her to get away, beta. I am with you. The girls' parents also have to learn that there should be no word in their vocabulary like adjustment and compromise. Everything will be all right. Nothing will be all right in such cases. So I think this I want to say this also on your channel, that the parents also must learn this. That they must stand with their daughter. Don't prepare your daughter for marriage only. Prepare your daughter, make her strong. Make her financially independent. She was financially independent. She had a very successful career. But sometimes the daughters need an emotional support. So give them an emotional support. That is very important. Otherwise, act is there, but that is violated every time. How many are punished? Question is this. So I think it's better that these type of people who keep asking dowry like a beggar, don't let your daughter to stay in that family.
More breaking news coming in. Sources have revealed that CBI has intensified investigation into Twisha Sharma's death case. Questions arise regarding absconding, anticipatory bail and evidence. The CBI is examining the entire timeline of events, seeking 5-day remand, which speeds up the investigation. CBI may ask Giribala several important questions. Who played what role in Samarth Singh's absconding? Was there an attempt to influence the investigation? On what basis were legal steps taken? And these are some pertinent questions, Mr. Agarwala. And even the pace of this entire case has been extremely slow. It seems that there was somebody high up there that did not want this case, or rather this entire process, to be expedited. Mr. Agarwala? Correct. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
One, it was being investigated by the local police. That was not proper investigation. They have not handed over the relevant things which was necessary to assess the region, also whether she was hanged after death or she was alive and she was hanged. So many things. But now, once CBI has taken over, every accused tried to escape. There is no dispute. Even if I am charged, I will also try that truth should not come out. This is Madam Tahira told why a retired judge has not adhered to the norms of the law. But one thing I am not ready to accept, that she was dowry. This happened due to dowry. You will ultimately see in such type of family, this thing will be not there. Retired judges, sitting judges, because they have lot of money, they don't expect. But there must be so many other reasons of dispute. The mother-in-law may be not giving respect to the daughter-in-law, what she is required, or the husband is not giving. So many other things in family happens. But with this background, it is not acceptable that this thing has happened due to dowry. But now truth will come out. Nobody can escape. Nobody can cheat and stop about the truth. And it will be, and ultimately, whatever the reason was, the truth is she has died. Whether she was compelled, she was killed and hanged, or whether a situation was created that she hanged herself. So truth will come out, and naturally the in-laws are responsible. This is not certain under which provision of law they can be punished till the investigation is complete. At this moment, police has registered, CBI has registered a case under section 80 within bracket 2, dowry death, 85 cruelty to a woman, 3 and 4 of the Dowry Prohibition Act. And they may also add some other sections if that thing comes in the investigation.
And so, what about the legal angle of abetment to suicide because of these demands? Is that a worthy, in fact, legality to attach to this death?
If it is proved that they instigated the husband or the mother-in-law or any other relative or friend, they compelled her to commit suicide, then they will be punished, these in-laws who have been charged. But if they have killed her, that can also, if investigation conclude that she was killed and it is not a case of this suicide, that will be decided by the CBI once they complete the investigation.
More breaking news coming in. The family of Twisha Sharma, the deceased 33-year-old victim of Bhopal dowry death case, earlier arrived at Triveni Ghat in Rishikesh to immerse her ashes in the holy Ganga, where they performed the rituals is what we are learning. Also coming in, Twisha's cousin Ashish Sharma has revealed details about her mental state and events that led to her death. He said before her death, Twisha had informed us that she was grappling with various difficulties mentally, financially, and in every other respect. And before she could manage to leave that place, or before her family could bring her back, we received the news of her death on the 12th. The entire situation surrounding her death is shrouded in deep suspicion. Tahira ji, there was, in fact, a statement made earlier on by one of the legal experts that it's better to have a divorced daughter than a dead one. How profound is that statement, considering the fact that dowry debts, after hundreds of years of this malpractice, continue?
Yes, this is what I'm saying. Is still the girls are dying because of the dowry, and there is an act, very strong law is in our hands. But you know what happens? Very few cases are that come in the media light, and the very few cases are taken up. So many girls have given their life because of the dowry. And what happens, again I will say, the parents are also a bit responsible, because they must not ask their daughter to compromise and adjust in the family which is constantly demanding dowry. As I had repeated that as a beggar, they keep demanding dowry. And they ruthlessly, the daughter-in-law don't get any way out of it, because the parents are not giving emotional support and the financial support. So what happens? They commit suicide sometimes, or sometimes they are killed also. They are murdered, and it's said, no, this is a suicide or whatever. In this case, the Twisha case, her cousin is saying that she was financially not, this is also kind of domestic violence, physical, mental, and economical. That type of violence she was facing. So naturally, they were trying to drive her to mad. That's so they can declare, oh, she's mad, absolutely. She's mental problem. She's taking drug, whatever, dead daughter-in-laws. And the next day, Giribala called the CCTV technician for what? For what you called it. And next day you started talking about your plants, dying plants. Can you imagine? Anybody who lost his daughter-in-law one day before, and the person will talk like that, talk that she was not supervising to cook. She was not interested in children, not interested in animals also. So what is this? These are the reasons that you will kill your daughter-in-law or drive her to mad? So I think this is a matter of investigation. I hope CBI will integrate it properly and will collect all the evidences scientifically and forensic and produce in the court.
You're right,
and
ma'am.
The reversal of this case should be fast-track court.
Sure, ma'am. Well, big development in CBI questioning. We have learned that Samarth and Giribala have made several contradictions in their statements on where Samarth went when he was absconding and who were protecting him. More information keeps coming out, but let me also rope in Nirmal Kaur, former DGP, into this conversation. Nirmal ji, appreciate you being here with us. What do you make now of the investigation that Giribala Singh and Samarth both are in CBI custody?
I think it will make good progress now, because otherwise both of them had their versions to give. And of course, Giribala had never joined questioning or investigation. She got a bail, I think, ready even before the FIR was kind of officially registered. She had a number and she had the bail. Turant she got the bail, which must be the quickest anticipatory bail in the history of the country. She got in and she never joined the investigation. She was never questioned. She was willing, giving out press conferences, giving out her own version or narrative of events, proving Twisha to be a psychiatric case and proving her to be a drug addict and proving her to be an irresponsible person. All that is what took her energy. And now that she has been forced to join the investigation, she's been questioned. She will have to give answers for which she's responsible for, not give out arbitrary aberrant press conferences. So if she answers whatever she answers, that the aberrations in that will be brought about, and wherever they are contradicting each other, mother and son. And one very strange part is the father is nowhere to be seen. There's another brother that is not there in the family. There's a bhabhi also apparently. It's very weird that only 2 people so far have been picked up. Where is the rest of the family? Are they kind of not staying there? Or there has to, some reason has to come out for that. So this is weird, I hope CBI will do something about it. But with CBI joining and such elaborate questioning and consistent effort, earnest effort, one is hoping that soon we'll get to know the truth, and the logical conclusion will, and they'll be able to prosecute. The thing is, finding the story is one thing, but to be successfully prosecuting it so that they get their due punishment. You saw as tampered with, it was for all. For days, the police was so respectful and obedient towards this lady judge.
All right,
whatever they were.
ma'am, there seems to be a problem with the audio, but I appreciate you joining us, and I also appreciate all our other guests being a part of this conversation. We're going to keep a close eye on these proceedings. We'll take a short break. Be right back.